Well, you just heard it. Volkswagen sales here in this country down 12.5% last year, when most import car sales were speeding up. To jumpstart its ka-ching, the German car maker now trying a little shock treatment in its latest ad campaign.
Just gives me the feeling like she's not listening to me.
Have you tried not saying every other word?
What?
Remember your ski trip story?
Yeah.
I was going down the hill and this guy cut me off and there was a crowd and
come on, that's
and I was
me.
Look, stuff either happens or it doesn't happen. Stuff doesn't sort of happen.
Holy.
Well, Scott Donington, editor-in-chief over at Ad Age magazine. The campaign meeting mixed reviews, Scott. You love it, though.
I think, Volkswagen has a history for over 40 years of doing some of the best advertising in the country. It's innovative, it's shocking, it's powerful, it's riveting, it's even disturbing. But you know what, Dylan? Most car ads suck, and these car ads don't.
All right, branding expert Rob Frankel says he hates it. What's the story, Rob?
No, actually, the thing is that VW used to have great advertising 40 years ago when Doyle Dane did it. If I were a betting man, I'd say by this time next year, Volkswagen will either be looking for a new marketing director or a new agency or both.
Really? Now
yeah, this is.
What's so wrong? What's so bad about that? I mean, if nothing else, it catches your attention, Rob.
Listen, awareness is no big deal. Like I said before, cancer has high awareness, but it doesn't mean everybody wants it. The thing is that this is the same Volvo campaign that ran from 1970 to 2000, first of all. Secondly, why would you want to advertise something that has the least chance of disaster recovery? It's not like you want to put your money in the bank whose bank robber survivors, has the highest rate.
All right, Scott, what do you say? I'm sure you've heard the cancer argument before, Scott.
Well, you know what? The main thing is that these types of ads and the agency that did this work, Crispin Porter Bogusky in Miami, is known for this kind of work, and they've done it for smaller advertisers, and now they're starting to do it for bigger advertisers like Volkswagen, like Burger King. And if you're over 28, you're over 35, and you don't get it, it's because you're not supposed to get it. It's not aimed at you. So I think there's a big misconception here sometimes.
No, actually, that's not really
maybe
the point
you're just too old, Rob.
The point of advertising is to speak to its audience.
No, let Rob speak. Let Rob speak. It's all. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, maybe I'm too old, but I got to tell you something. My clients like advertising that makes a point, that actually generates qualified leads. This is a bland, very messageless kind of a message that almost anybody can. Heck, Chevy's got a commercial out right now that has two bulldozers squeezing a pickup truck and two research people getting out of it.
Hang on, Rob. No, that's not true. There's a clear point, which is that it's a safe car.
And I think that's a clear point that it's a selling point that's not usually made to a younger audience. Volvo is not aimed at this consumer. Chevy is not aiming those trucks at this consumer. So I think selling safety to this audience is a new thing, and it differentiates Volkswagen. What's also great about these ads is that even before the accident happens, they're funny ads. The ad where he's telling him, don't say so much. That's a funny ad and a compelling ad that's already grabbed your attention, and then this jarring thing happens, and you're going to remember the message, which is it's about as effective a way you can sell safety as possible.
I got to tell you, years ago when they introduced the Infiniti, they had the ad agencies with all this inbred thinking had this idea of, let's not show a car. Wow, that's different. Nobody does it. You know what? They fired that agency too because they couldn't generate any sales. And that, mark my words, we'll meet back here a year from now, you'll see what this did for Jetta sales.
Mark his words, Scott.
I don't think it's the same thing at all. The Infiniti advertising, because it didn't show cars and didn't make a message, it showed rocks and trees, was some of the worst advertising ever done in the history of advertising. And that's not what this ad is. I think this ad will get the attention of its young audience. It'll make its message clear. It'll brand well, and it'll surprise people, I think, in how it does.
All right. Well, there's controversy if there's nothing else. Gentlemen, we're out of time.
It won't show anybody.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, real quick.
Well, listen, it's like tonight when I make my airline reservations. I promise you I'm not going to make my airline reservations on the airline whose crashes have the most number of survivors.
All right. Thank you both for your time.